Hi, hello. I actually was about to miss filming the today's video, which is the seventh video. And just to keep you posted, this is the fourth video or the third video. It's actually the fourth because today has been the fourth day of the internet outage. It's the fourth day since the internet first went out, and I was about to miss filming this video because I missed filming in the morning, and typically when I miss something, doing something at its appointed time, I miss it entirely or have that laziness nudging at the back of my head telling me not to do it in the first place. And if you're wondering what I'm doing with my hand, I'm actually playing with a couple of pounds, distracting myself from the discomfort that I have, that I get when I'm on camera. So don't judge me, or if you want to judge me, doesn't matter. Anyway, so I was about to miss the recording of this video, and I was about to be lazy for making this video, but I pushed myself anyway. And actually, I'm gonna be filming this video, and right after finishing this video, I'm gonna be hopping into my bed, and I'm gonna be hitting the sack. So this is the plan. Basically, I'm gonna finish the filming for this video, and right after, I'm gonna be hitting the sack. And just to keep you posted, I started the book of Luke today, and I read the my daily portion, my daily biblical portion. I read 6 chapters of the book of Luke, and the book of Luke compared to the other two books is a bit larger. Not in the number of chapters, because then in the number, like if we are going to compare the number of chapters, so far the book of Matthew has a higher or a bigger number, or like a bigger number of chapters. It has more chapters than the book of Luke. Namely speaking, 4 chapters more than the book of Luke. The book of Matthew has 28 chapters, and the book of Luke has 24 chapters. But I'm talking about the size of the chapter in and of itself. For example, the book of Mark didn't have big chapters, nor did it have, nor did it has, nor did it have a big number of chapters. Like it only had 16 chapters, and each chapter wasn't excessive. It wasn't excessively big, so to speak. And for the book of Matthew, it had a bit more chapters than the book of Mark, but the size of the chapter in and of itself wasn't that big compared to to the big chapter that is typically found in the book of Matthew. For example, I guess one of the chapters that I read today had 80 verses, and another had, like, most of them are over 40, verses, and only a couple that I read so far are less than 40, but are so close to get into the 40s. Like one of them is 38 or 39, so it's not way less than 40. Uh, but I guess the book of Luke is gonna take me namely 4 days to go through. It's not really that difficult. You know what's about these four gospels that take the forefront of the Bible, of the New Testament, uh, speakingly, is that they basically repeat the same things, even the same verses, maybe in slightly different wording, but essentially the same. The essence is the same and everything. Maybe there is a little bit of addition in one of the books, in one of the gospels. Maybe there is a little bit of omission or elision in the other gospel. It's light, um, but they essentially are anchored towards the same story or the same background. They all try to tell the story of Jesus, and they all have quotations. They all presumably have quotations that trace back to Jesus. But I'm not gonna talk about the authenticity of this or the inauthenticity of these sayings or their traceability and stuff. Maybe that I'm gonna talk about that later in one of the videos that in one of the videos on the other channel that in which I create more important videos. But here on this channel, I don't really create that type of important, highly edited, highly valued, highly informative type of videos. I only here talk about whatever I want, and I only make the type of videos that I would just ramble in. The type of videos that I typically don't edit. Like if you look so far, since I started the series of wanting to be comfortable and wanting to be confident on camera, I only make the video, literally I just record or film the video, and at the self same moment, I just upload it onto YouTube right after finishing the filming. That's what I literally do with these videos. So I finished. I'm gonna be finishing the Book of Luke, like 3 days hence. And after that, I'm gonna be transitioning. I'm gonna be starting the book of John. Let me check how many chapters it has, because there was a little bit of there is a little bit of symmetry between the books, and a little bit of a pattern. Like the book of Matthew was 28, and then there was the book of Mark 16, and then the book of Luke 24. And I guess the book of Mark is as small as the book of Mark. So let me double check that. The book of John, yeah, quite. It's only 21 chapters, but I don't know how big a typical chapter would be. Let me check here. Yeah, it's just quite big. It's quite big. I thought there is a little bit of a pattern that this follows. But starting from the book of, let me see, there was, starting from the book of Romans, the chapters are noticeably decreasing in each book, to the point that some book like Philippians, for example, it only has 4 chapters. So that's pretty cool. That's gonna make the mission easier. And let me see how big a typical chapter is. It's not really big. Like the book of Philippians, the chapter isn't anything bigger than 30 verses. So this is going to be like a book that I would typically finish in one setting, so it's not going to take that long to go through. Let me go back to the book of Luke so that I don't forget which chapter I'm currently standing at. And I'm standing at the 7th chapter. It starts, "Now when he had ended all his sayings in the audience of the people, he entered into Capernaum, and a certain centurion's servant, who was dear unto him, was sick and ready to die. And when he heard of Jesus, he sent unto him the elders of the Jews, beseeching him that he would come and heal his servant. And when they came to Jesus, they besought him instantly, saying that he was worthy for whom he should do this. For he loveth our nation, and he hath built us a synagogue." Anyways, that's the beginning, the first 5 verses in the book of Luke, and I think it's going to be quite of an intriguing reading session for tomorrow. I'm also reading some article that I find interesting. It's talking about the different types of non-believers. It's talking about 2 types, that namely the non-resistant non-believer and the resistant non-believer. So I guess I'm going to be sharing the summary of that research paper. It's a 21 page research paper that I find so intriguing. Maybe I'm going to be sharing some insights from that paper one day. It's, as I said, it's talking about the 2 type of non-believers, and the writers, it's discussing these concepts of divine hiddenness that have been formerly discussed by this writer or this philosopher namely, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it's something, it goes along the lines of Schellenberg or something. The spelling is basically Schelen, I guess, Berg, but I'm not sure about the pronunciation. Anyways, That was pretty cool that I could actually film this video and attain the 10 minute the 10 minute benchmark that I preset for myself. So I'm pretty happy that I could do that. Though I'm pretty sleepy and heavy-headed. So I'm gonna be commending myself for that. I'm gonna clap for myself just now. Good job, Mahmoud. Um, so yeah, that was it for today, and I am gonna be finishing the filming here. I'm gonna stop filming here, and I'm gonna go hit the sack. Let me check what time is it. Just okay, it's 8 p.m. So I need to go sleep now. I'm gonna see you next, guys.